We just got 2 new limited time 4-star banners. So let's go ahead and take a look at the abilities to see if it's worth pulling for the whole outfit to get that ability. We're going to start by taking a look at Enchanted Writing's whimsicality ability called Scribble. This whimsicality ability has a super cute animation where you write in your little witchy notebook with a feather pen. Unfortunately, you cannot take pictures while doing this ability, and once it completes its animation, you will have a little sort of witchy little summoning circle that glows and appears behind you. You can move into it and through it. You cannot change the size. And unfortunately, when you zoom in pretty close, it gets a little pixelated on some of the parts of the animation. But overall, if you take it from a distance, it won't be too bad. It stays up for quite a while, so you have plenty of time to figure out which pose you want, which lighting that you would like to have. You can get really close to it and even get in it, sort of, but there is a limit to how far away you can take a picture with it. If you reach a certain distance, it will just automatically despawn. What some people might not know is that there's actually a second little animation that this ability does, where instead of summoning this witchy summoning circle, it actually spawns in a bunch of pink and blue fluffy floating flowers that also kind of stay in a limited space, and you can take pictures with. They'll stay up for a little while. You can't really decide how they'll float around. And the same thing where there's a certain distance you can take a picture with it. Once you get too far, it will automatically despawn. The scribble ability will alternate between the two, sort of back and forth. So if you just summon the flowers, the next time you use the ability, it will summon in the summoning circle. So it will go summoning circle, flowers, back and forth, just like that. So it's more predictable to know which you're gonna get for your photos. Now, besides looking at these floating flowers or summoning circles and posing with them to take pictures, there's not really much you can do with them, so I can't really rate this ability too highly because it's not that useful. If you're someone that really likes witchy aesthetics, then this summoning circle is really great. So I do like that it clearly alternates between the two, and I think it does exactly what a lot of users expected. But there still isn't that much to do besides look at it and, pose and take a picture with it. So I can't rate this too highly. I'm also a little disappointed with just how pixelated it is on the edges here. I don't know if that's just my computer, but considering that this center part is pretty clear and towards the edge it gets very pixelated, I think it just might be an error on it potentially. So I'd say because, the expectations were more clear, unlike the tea table where a lot of users thought you'd be able to sit in it, I'm going to give this ability a 4 out of 10, slightly higher than what I rated the tea time. Next, let's take a look at the Pastoral dance ability, which is a whimsicality ability called Shepherdis. So unlike other whimsicality abilities that don't allow you to take pictures of the activation animation, Shepherdis ability does allow you to take a picture while she does this cute little summoning thing. It does happen really quickly though, so you have to try to catch it just in time. I know a lot of people were disappointed that the staff was only visible while using the ability rather than being part of the outfit. I'm also quite surprised considering that the staff is in the promotional picture for the outfit, so I think that came as quite a shock for a lot of people. I'm happy to say though that you can take a picture of Nikki holding this staff. You can change the camera settings, you can change the lighting settings, but unfortunately, poses are disabled, so I know some people will find that pretty disappointing. So let's take a look at this actual herding ability. Once you do the little activation animation, you will summon 3 purplish, pinkish, sparkly little see-through, ghost sheep. and they will immediately start running away from you. While this ability is activated, this is the fastest that Nikki can move. She cannot dash, she cannot jump, she can't get around obstacles. This is the fastest she can move. And when she moves around like this, the sheep will actually kind of run away from her. You cannot really take a picture of the sheep and Nikki while she's using this ability. You can really only get sheep butts in the picture or them in the distance, because they just run away from Nikki when she when she has the Shepherdis outfit on. And again, this is the fastest you can move while it's activated. You can kind of try to circle around them. You really have to like actually herd the sheep. They will not follow you. If I walk away from them, they will just keep going whichever direction they want to go in. The only way you can actually get a picture with the ghost sheep without them running away from you is by deactivating the ability. Then you can actually catch up with them, and once they find a spot to stop moving, they'll just kind of stand where they are in this kind of triangular formation, and they'll just kind of stay there. So you can take pictures with them as long as you want, but you can't really move them around. They're gonna just kind of stay like this, and they'll be like wiggling and falling upside down, which can get pretty annoying when you're trying to like get the picture. When Nikki blinks and you try to take a picture, it can get a little annoying. Same thing will happen where the sheep will just kind of randomly fall over when you're trying to get a good picture. They also baa really loudly, which is not that fun. And unlike with Nikki, where you can kind of pause her animation so she kind of holds her pose, they'll just keep doing that. There's no way to pause this and get them to stay still. Don't really despawn, so you can get pretty far and still have them in your picture if you really want them to be, I guess. I don't really get what the point of taking a picture with 3 ghost sheep is, though. Now, some of you might be hoping that the Pastoral Dances ability might work somewhat similar to the Midnight Vigil ability, where it's a whimsicality ability where once you groom some floofs, that they will kind of follow you in sort of a marching pattern. But that's not really the case. See, I'm going to groom a few sheep here, and then I'm going to activate the whimsicality ability, summon my ghost sheep, and then my ghost sheep will start running away from me, while the regular sheep are just kind of gonna chill and just kind of stay where they are. One hope I had for this ability is that while it was activated, that the Flora sheep, which are those purple sheep with the flowers that are a little harder to groom because they're more flighty, might not be as nervous around me while having this ability activated. But unfortunately, they just view me as they normally do and run away. Like, I really don't understand the point of this ability, besides maybe wanting to pose with the staff that didn't end up being a part of the outfit. But even then, you can't even change the poses. Maybe there's someone out there that really wanted to roleplay as a shepherdess in the game, but the fact that when the ability is activated, you move so slow, you can't dash, you can't jump, and the sheep run away from you, you can't pose with the staff. And then, like, what is even the point of the ghost sheep anyway? You could maybe take some pictures with them, but you can't even do, like, a pose where you, like, lean against them. You can't really play with them. Again, when you pose with them, you're like kind of see-through because they're like these weird ghost sheep. I really hate all of these ghost abilities we've been getting in the game recently because they really have no point, and it just seems like such a waste. They could have spent more time, I don't know, making cooler abilities or cooler outfits or something, but because they're trying to give each outfit an ability now, they end up wasting their time putting together these really kind of stupid abilities that don't really add anything to the game. So honestly, I hate this one even more than the ghost table, despite how annoying the ghost table was. So for me, this is a 2 out of 10. For real, for real. Like, this is not a cute, not a good ability. And the buying is just so loud and annoying. They heard me complaining. They left. They're like, enough of this girl. As for the outfits themselves, I think they're both super duper cute and they have a lot of good items that are part of the outfits. For example, the horns and the headscarf, the hair, the cute bell necklace, the shawl, they're all so adorable. We get like a witch's hat and these super cute glasses and the super cool witch's robe. So I think you really shouldn't be trying to go for the abilities with these new 4-star banners because the abilities are really just not good. I could see maybe wanting the scribble ability because that summoning circle is pretty cute. But the shepherdess ability is just, it's so bad in my opinion. It's just awful. So this time around, I would just try and summon for the items that you really, really want and not worry too much about completing the outfit to get the ability.